Hello students, I'm Vipul Mittal. Let's discuss a multiple choice question on communicating control deficiencies. The auditor should include all of the following in his communication regarding control deficiencies to management and those charged with governance, except what? So you have four answer options here. So you are the auditor and you are auditing the financial statements, and you should communicate in writing to management and those charged with governance significant deficiencies and material weaknesses that you have identified during the audit. Now, this communication regarding significant deficiencies and material weaknesses should include certain things. This communication should include the purpose of the audit and how the auditor has considered internal control. A statement that material weaknesses and significant deficiencies may exist but may not be identified. Definition of material weakness. List of material weaknesses and significant deficiencies. A paragraph that restricts the use of this communication. Certain things should be included in this written communication. This written communication regarding control deficiencies. Now the question is that of these four answer options, which one need not be included in the communication? Option A, purpose of the audit. Yes, purpose of the audit should be included. What is the purpose of the audit? To express an opinion on the financial statements. All right, so this has to be included. Then a statement that the auditor is not expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. Yes, this should also be included. So auditor makes a reference that we have considered internal control over financial reporting so that we may design audit procedures, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. And therefore, we do not express an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. The auditor makes it very clear that we have considered internal control not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control, but we have considered internal control so that we may design the audit procedures properly. But we are not considering internal control that we may express an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. So we do not express an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. So this is also included. Let's check option 3. A statement that material weaknesses or significant deficiencies may exist that were not identified. So if you are the auditor, you are auditing the financial statements and you make it very clear. The purpose of considering internal control is not to identify the deficiencies in internal control, but that you may design audit procedures appropriately. So you have considered internal control that you may design audit procedures appropriately, but not to identify deficiencies. And therefore, some material weaknesses or significant deficiencies may exist, but are not identified, may remain unidentified. So there is a possibility that some material weaknesses or significant deficiencies may remain unidentified. And you make it very clear. So this is also included. Option D, the inherent limitations of internal control. Do you really include the inherent limitations of internal control in this communication? Answer is no. You may decide to include inherent limitations of internal control in this communication, but generally you do not include inherent limitations of internal control in this communication. So it is not that you should include or you have to include. So you include the purpose of the audit. You include a statement that you are not expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of internal control. You include a statement that material weaknesses or significant deficiencies may exist that were not identified. But you need not include the inherent limitations of internal control. This is the answer. All right, students, I hope this is helpful. We'll connect again. Goodbye.